What's going on, everybody? This is John Jake Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Memphis Dynasty here on NCAA 12, one of the underrated NCAA games that we have going on here. And we are here with an opportunity to really improve our position in the Big East Conference. We go on the road to take on the Temple Owls, who play in that city of brotherly love. And that Temple Owls team, while not very good in non-conference play, they are 3-1 in the Big East right now. So winning this game is critical to have great standing in the Big East Conference. And honestly, game looks like it's going to be a very competitive one. We're a C overall squad. Their C overall squad is too, although we have different momentum, as Temple has been 2-2 in the last couple of games, and we are also 2-2 in our last 4 games as well. So mixed bag for both teams, and I really want to come out here, get some positive momentum here in this episode, as well as improve our standing in the Big East Conference. So hope you guys are really excited for it, and if you are excited for it, make sure you go ahead, do me a favor, smack that like button, and then also hit that subscribe button as well if you do happen to be brand new to the channel. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. I'll see you guys in the city of brotherly love. Let's go, baby. Alright, boys, so we're gonna end up starting with the football first, just because Temple did end up deferring to the second half. In first play of the game, we're gonna rock it with Tufington, who's got a space right up the middle of the field. Don't let that safety catch you. He's the last line. He can't. He took a bad angle. Let's go, baby. We get a touchdown to get things going, man. You absolutely love to see it. Getting some points on the board to start things out. We're actually going to jump out to a 7-0 lead. Love that start that we just got right there. Big time run. We'll see if Tufington can provide us with yet another big run here, as well as he's going to run it right up the left-hand side. He will manage to pick up a first down here. So the offense showing some groove here early on, but let's see if we can pass the football too. We won't be able to accomplish that as we look to the right-hand side. That is going to be Steve Bell. Steve Bell going to pick up the sticks and pick up that first down as well. But we will run into a 3rd and long, as Bell is going to launch back in shotgun. Need this first down. Bell's got a lot of time, though, and finds Willie Duckett, but he can't get to the marker, though. 4th and short. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and risk it and do it for the biscuit. 4th down, 2 yards. Ali Axton's going to check in. He's going to try to run for the first, and he falls forward. They will give us that first down. And now, 3rd and 4 coming up. Bell in the shotgun formation. Another 3rd down conversion. We will get it with St. Thomas, who almost messes around and finds his way into the end zone as well. So very close, needless to say, to making this a 2-score game, and doing so very quickly. Bell, he's going to step up in the pocket. He's actually going to run for the end zone, and that will complete what was actually a pretty methodical drive for us. We will pick up not only another first down, obviously, but another touchdown here, man. 14-0, gonna be your score, as we got Temple right on the ropes right now, as they have not been able to get really much of anything going in this football game right now. It's been a very back and forth affair, except we've been doing all of the hitting, as Temple looks to still get their first hits in this game, trying to put together a little bit of a drive as we get out of the first quarter of action, as Temple's got something brewing here We'll see if our defense can put a stop to it, though. His first play of the second quarter, dropping back the pass, looks over to the left-hand side, finds a star receiver, and that does have to be A.J. Kaysen has to come in and make the tackle, but he came in just a little too late. Pause. And it's going to be yet another first down for the Temple Owls. But it won't take long before we get them to 3rd and long. We'll see if the zone coverage can stifle them enough. Gonna throw towards the end zone. Got one-on-one, and our corner can't turn around in time. And that's how we give up our first points of the game. A huge strike down the right-hand side. And that's just, they got lucky there, straight up and down. That should have not been a touchdown. We should have made them pay for that throw. But we are only up 14-7 now, as we'll begin our next possession right after we gave that touchdown up. So we'll see what our team can do here. 1st and 20, actually. We did end up with a holding penalty, but we'll get the ball to Allie Atkinson. And Allie Atkinson, he's a dynamite in a case. And he's going to take it all the way. Makes the guy miss, but he does get caught from behind. Great run there by Allie Atkinson as it sets up a goal line situation. Tufington will end up taking care of the rest, as that's going to make it a 21-7 lead. And a great start here, needless to say, for your Memphis Tigers. We'll see if we can continue to maintain that, as it's going to be intercepted on the following possession by Fuller. And Fuller's going to have one of the easier pick sixes that he's going to have in his entire college career. Now 28-7, as Temple cannot score on their next possession. We can now possibly blow this game wide open, as Jamarcus Mitchell by himself cuts it back inside and will be brought down, but not before getting inside that 25-yard line. And now we have a red zone opportunity here as Bell looks over the middle of the field, finds Louis Duckett. Does take a pretty big hit there, but he will not drop the ball. And it's now a goal line situation. Over to the left-hand side. Tufington's going to take it into the end zone. And it will be yet another touchdown for the Memphis Tigers, as this game here in Lincoln Financial Field, and that's the impressive part in all of this. Yeah, there's not a lot of people in the stands, but, you know, coming into an NFL stadium, they have a lot of Temple fans here. I'll tell you what, kind of still a hostile environment for us, and we're just completely silencing them right now. You can hear a mouse fart, and sure enough, Willie Duckett is going to hit him with yet another silencer. 42-7. We are not playing games today, as Willie Duckett just came in there and just froze yet another strike. This is what happens when you give Riley Bell time to throw the football. He's actually a pretty solid deep ball thrower. He knows how to get his guys open. And we come in with a minute left in this first half. A chance to possibly extend this lead further. We do have 2 timeouts to work with. Might not be necessary, though, because we see Chris Washington take the top off the defense, and that's going to be another touchdown for your Memphis Tigers. Let's go, baby. Really just a dream of a first half that we are getting right now. Like, this is just fantastic. I love what I'm seeing from our defense right now. Just excellent play there. So, of course, we end up winning absolutely big in this one. We dropped them boys off 56-24. Got our backups in. Actually, for the entire second half, if I'm not mistaken. So, feels good to get those guys plenty of playing time to work through. And because of this win as well, we get a little bit closer to possibly claiming that Big East Conference Championship. And a really big reason for why we won this game here today was because Riley Bell, well, he found that deep ball. He was 14 for 26 today, 277 yards and 3 touchdowns. Also got a chance to take a look at Joseph Thompson as well, which I really love to see getting him some experience. But we were also able to run it on the ground as well, as Tufington put together a pretty complete game. He had 158 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Also finding the end zone too is Rowie Bell, who had a few carries but just 1 whopping yard. Howie Atkinson is also somebody that I need to mention, as he only got a couple of touches today, but he made the most of them. He had 58 yards rushing in this one. As for the receivers, everybody was eating in this one, and that was surely the case here. Tufington led the team in catches though with 5 catches, 48 yards, and a touchdown. Also finding the end zone though is the senior Willie Duckett. He found the end zone off a 63-yard touchdown. Chris Washington off a 73-yard touchdown. And then Jody Gentry had a 25-yard touchdown as well in this one. That happened in the second half. Now, defensively, in spite of what the score says, we actually really locked them down today. A.J. Kaysen led the team in tackles. He had 7 tackles in this one, followed by the true freshman Chase Gentry, who had 4 tackles in this game. We did only manage to get 1 sack, and that was from A.J. Kaysen, but we did manage to force multiple turnovers, though. Josh Meadows was able to get an interception, as did Kevin Fuller as well. He actually got a pick 6 for us. Not to mention that we were able to get a forced fumble from A.J. Kaysen. However, we were not very successful in terms of recovering it. But, very good game. It sets us very well within the Big East Conference hierarchy. And it's a good thing that we won that game too, and the way that we did as well, because we got ourselves in a battle to win the Big East. Actually, only one team we are behind now, and that is the Cincinnati Bearcats. The Bearcats, they are undefeated in conference play right now, sitting at 5-0 at this moment, and we have a chance to play these guys for the next game. And speaking of that next game, I'm so excited about it. I'm going to go ahead and make this a doubleheader right now. So let's see if we can go 2-0 in this episode. And not only that, but let's see if we can control our own destiny in the Big East title race. But now we go forth and take on the Cincinnati Bearcats. And this Bearcats team, they are simply not playing around. We actually take a sack early on in this game, something that really did not want to do, something that hasn't happened nearly as often. I know back in season number 1, this was a huge problem for us, but, you know, it's down 2-0, don't like that, but we do at least make our mark here in this game. Late in the first quarter, Rowie Bell's going to look over the left-hand side, finds Jamarcus Mitchell, and he will walk into the end zone without so much as being breathed on. Just made a nice route. They were trying to press up, but the press was not working on Jamarcus Mitchell. And we actually take the lead here. We're going to find ourselves up 7-2 as Bell is going to go ahead, line things up, move Jamarcus Mitchell again in the motion. And look what happens here. Neither of the Cincinnati Bearcat defenders react. Might have been a little bit of a glitch from NCAA 12, but you know what? CPU pulls some stuff on us too, so it's time for us to go ahead and get a little bit even. Like, look, we'll see if they put up the replay here. If not, it is what it is. But Jamarcus Mitchell, man, gets a second touchdown of the game, makes it eventually 23-2. We get a bunch of field goals too, but before we get into halftime, though, the Bearcats do find the end zone for the very first time. Do they go for the 2-point conversion, or do they just let it be? They do eventually decide to just go for the extra point, and they will cut it to a 14-point game before we go into the halftime locker room. Now, we do jump into the second half, and you know, we got a good drive to start the second half as well as we move Chris Washington. Changed his route up a little bit, going to throw towards Chris Washington, and it was actually a terrible throw. I'm not going to lie to you. That throw was absolute dog water. But Chris Washington made a really good adjustment to the football. Not only making the catch, but also finding the end zone too, which I was not necessarily expecting with a throw like that. We're going to be up 30-9. We are looking really good here in this ball game, taking on a team that is still undefeated, mind you, in this Big East Conference. Still up by a couple of possessions here, 30-16 your score. But Van Bell's going to throw over the middle. Jamarcus Mitchell, he's been having a great day today, but he puts the ball on the ground. And man, this might possibly open up the door for Cincinnati to mess around and possibly make this a possible game here. We'll see if that hurts us in any way, shape, or form. But then Joseph Thompson, he comes in, he tries to scramble upfield, and we put the ball on the ground again. So turnovers here on the second half definitely are hurting us just a little bit here as the Bearcats try to claw back here in the Liberty Bowl Stadium. With 7:33 left to play, it's going to be a run to the right-hand side. It's a speed option, and Cincinnati is right back into this ball game. Now we're looking at just a one-score game here in the fourth quarter. And let's see if we can put it on ice. Trying to respond as Allie, he's going to make a guy miss. And now Allie Atkinson, he's off for the races. That's a touchdown for the Memphis Tigers. As Allie Atkinson, the Year 1 legend who has to take on a bigger role now that Justin Brown is hurt for the remainder of the regular season. Now it's 37-23. As Bell's going to go ahead and take the handoff, get it off to Allie Atkinson again, and he runs it away once more, and that could very well put a dagger in the heart of the Cincinnati football team, as we might be that team that gives them their very first loss here in conference play. But Bearcats, you got to give the Bearcats credit. They do not go down, at least not without a fight. As now dropping back, it's going to be a run for this quarterback here. They will do a little dolphin dive into the end zone. Looked like he let it on his head there. Kind of a quick way to get CTE. So hopefully that didn't really hurt him. Guess he didn't get concussed from that, so surely he's probably fine. But yeah, big win for our team. We win 47-30. Quite the shootout that we had going on here. And we're able to take advantage yet again as we win 2 games in this episode alone. And this particular win just feels really good. And with that win, it's going to put us in a spot to where we could probably win the title. We don't clinch it. We still got a couple of other games that we will need to play, but if we can just win out here, we control our own destiny. We really do control our own destiny. Don't need to rely on any teams to lose anymore, and that's big for us. And so, that being said, Tufington had some good runs. Jamarcus Mitchell had a couple of good runs for us as well. Just good performance for our offense in general. When you put up 47 points, that's usually a great day for your offensive guys. You love to see it, as Jamarcus Mitchell and also Chris Washington also find the end zone too in this one. D'Angelo Bryden, we finally got the football to him. He's kind of been stuck behind. I think he'll have more upside in this program than Steve Bell. I haven't really been, and Steve Bell is a good blocking tight end, but as a receiving tight end, leaves a lot to be desired. Just going to keep it real with you. But defense, even though they gave up 30 points today, they made some plays. Chase Gentry and Nate Coleman, they both got a couple of sacks for us. Don't think we forced any turnovers in this one, unless I'm just kind of completely forgetting about them. We did actually force one fumble, though. That was Greg Copeland, but yeah, he actually did recover it, though. But after the game, though, we do get an opportunity to hit things up in the trenches. We were able to sign 2 more three-star guys, someone to help fill our roster even more. We end up signing the three-star John Boyle from Siloam Springs, Arkansas. He's going to be coming over to play for the Memphis Tigers over the course of his college career. But another person that we do manage to bring in as well is Richard Thomas. He's a three-star wide receiver from Sawakaga, Alabama. He should be a higher-end three-star guy, and someone now could also add some depth to our wide receiver room. But we get some quality wins here in this episode. And not only that, we got a couple of guys to sign the dotted line. So I'll call that a massive dub here for this episode. We haven't clinched the Big East, at least not officially. But if we handle our business, we got 2 games left. If we handle our business, we win out, we will clinch our first conference championship here in this series, and it starts with taking care of business against the Houston Cougars. But I will leave that for the next episode. But I hope you really did enjoy this one, because if you did, I need you guys to do me a really big favor. I need you guys to go ahead and smack that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button as well if you do happen to be brand new to the channel and you love that sports gaming. This is the channel for you. This is John J. Gaming on the mic signing off. Hoping you guys are all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.